Hey YouTube, welcome back to another edition of Scarecrow's Billiards. The other night I put together a couple racks of 9-ball. I thought I'd walk you through them. This first rack, I actually held the cue ball well, but I hooked myself something fierce on the 1. Here I thought I'd kick off the rail using a right English squirt. A little crazy, but let's see how it turns out. Good contact, but it would have left my opponent a pretty manageable cut on that 1. Fortunately, the virtual opponent left a run out. Who is that virtual opponent? For this 3, I could barely get to the sweet spot. I just decided to stroke it in. Then looking at this 5, between my options, I decided to slow roll this 1 in and just fall on the 6. This 6 was a pretty simple stun shot. On the 7, I was able to use the rail pretty nicely to get on the 8. But that left me with that shot everyone knows I love, that 150-degree back cut. All in all, it looks like it worked out in the end for decent shape on the 9-ball. And there it goes.
One time.
For this break, oh, there's my cat Ivan. He's not about to miss this action. I thought I'd put a little bit of top left, as I hadn't been holding the cue ball really well. And would you look at that? Snap the 9 off the magic rack. Sometimes even the blind squirrel can find an acorn. I realized later I was inadvertently putting bottom English on the cue ball when I was breaking. Hence the path of the cue ball. I was left with a manageable shot on the 2. This would lend itself some natural shape for the 3. Just a little bit of top right English. Again, here it's looking like I can get some pretty natural shape, albeit on the short side of the 5. It was a gamble. I knew at least I wouldn't be hooked, and the gamble paid off. With the 5 here, it's just a little bit of top English to follow a foot or 2. I should have went with the foot instead of 2. Went a wee bit too far. I probably should have taken that 6-ball on the side, but I decided to run it down the table, as it was a bigger pocket.
Yes.
And I never saw that coming.
Exactly.
Funny how that cue ball never has trouble finding the hole, huh? With ball in hand from here, it was a pretty uneventful run out. Just a little bit of high right to come around 3 cushions. And there we go.
Turkey.
On this break, I lost a dang cue ball again. Look at that. Fancy. Looks like some inadvertent bottom left. Ended up with a dry break too. Then I thought, maybe I should play safe. Looking good, but it appears the odds weren't ever in my favor, and I left an open 1-ball. The angle on the 1 was just right to fall on the 2. With a little bit of help of that ball. I knew if I just stunned the 2, I'd have to do a huge draw shot on a 3 to get back on a 4. So I decided to place a 1-pocket draw and take the 3-ball in the exact same hole. Worked out nicely. With that, I could just follow it a tad and land on a good line for the 4. With a little help from the rail, I could get good on the 5. Now on this 5, I thought I'd throw a little top English stroke on it to open up the 6 in the side. And on the 6, I knew I'd have to go up and down the table. So I used a little bit of top left as well as a couple of cushions. Man, that 760 felt really rolls. For the 7, I stroked it with bottom right, hoping to split the 8 and 9 gap. And that served me pretty well. Not a big fan of shooting over the pocket, but this left a pretty straightforward out. And not liking to shoot over the pocket again. But what I was left with is pretty straightforward. Wouldn't you know it? The bottom English strikes again. Turns out, it wasn't such a bad idea, though I do prefer to keep Whitey in the middle of the table. I knew that too would give me grief up at the top, so I did the best I could do just to stun up a little bit closer.
Good. Good. Okay.
Just like that. So here, I'm measuring a combination crossbank. Not easy, not fun. But it doesn't turn out as I expected. Turns out I missed it so bad, it turned into a beautiful two-railer, which also caught me pretty decent shape on the 2. Gotta love them rolls, which I stroked in with a little bit of bottom English. The 5 was lined up nicely, so I thought I'd stun up off the 3 with some inside low. And the cheese was in sight. I licked my lips here. Nice and easy should give the 9 a good chance to go. And that's all she wrote. Well, thanks again, YouTube, for hanging with me. I'll be doing some more episodes like this, maybe some 1 pocket or 8 ball. Maybe, just maybe, I'll do a straight pool edition that you can listen to when you sleep. 14.1 is a great game and really great to build your billiards stamina. All right, y'all, I'm out of here. Take it easy. God bless.